What's up, champs? Welcome to today's video. My name is Trent Peterson. I'm a full-time seven-figure Amazon seller, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down products that you need to avoid. Lately I've been getting a ton of DMs and a lot of questions of people wanting me to verify their products. I go in and I dive into the product, and to be honest, I'm like, I don't know how to explain and tell them nicely to not launch that product and to avoid it and run like the plague. So today I decided to just make a video breaking down these types of products, what to look for, what to avoid. There's 6 different categories that we're going to touch on. So we're going to dive into my screen, break all of it down so that you guys save thousands of dollars in mistakes. That's the goal of this video. So if you guys watch until the very end and really implement what I'm about to teach you, it's going to help you succeed with Amazon FBA. So before we dive into it, just do me a favor, go down, hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment. It literally takes 2 seconds. It means the world to me. And I just want to say thank you guys for the support. And without further ado, let's dive into the video. Okay, so let's get into this topic of what products do I need to avoid. So we're gonna dive into my screen, and I really want you guys to understand everything that I'm going to be breaking down is so important, and I really need you guys to pay attention. So if you guys need to chuck your phone out the window, turn off all the distractions, literally watch this video, and it's going to save you thousands of dollars in mistakes. And when I say that, I literally mean it. So let's come over here and let's talk about the first category that we just need to completely avoid, and that is avoid pandemic products. So many people are asking me of products that fit into this criteria, which we're going to be talking about all of them. And I'll be honest, there are a lot of red flags and things that you just need to run away from. So let's just break down all of these different products. So we have like the germ tool, we have the mask lanyard, the mask case, face mask, toilet paper, hand sanitizer. I've literally probably gotten at least a couple hundred messages asking me to verify these types of products. And my answer is a few things. So number one, they're super cheap. They're low minimum order. Everybody is wanting to launch them because of that. It's a low barrier of entry. And so what happens is 5 million come to market with that same exact product, and then it's just a price war. There's no way to improve the product. There's no way to really stand out. And we have seen that with these products, and they've just gotten more and more and more competitive as time has gone on. And not to mention, I do not think that this pandemic is going to last much longer. So to be honest, not everybody is going to be wearing face masks for the next 10 years. Not everybody is going to be needing a germ tool for the next 10 years. And so that's kind of my mindset, is I need to find products that are going to be sustainable for the long run and not something that's going to be just a trend or a fad for a couple months. I've seen it with like fidget spinners, for example. I had a buddy who did extremely well, and then like a couple months into launch, everybody and their dog started launching them, and it did exactly what has done to this market. So just avoid these products and overall, and we'll kind of go to Amazon and just kind of break down the data real quick. So for example, the mask lanyards for kids, it's being searched 67,000 times. And so a lot of people are like, oh, that's awesome. There's so much demand. The average reviews is not super crazy. The average seller is doing 17,000. And so people get excited with these types of numbers. And to be honest, these types of numbers scare me. And not to mention all the other things that I mentioned: low minimum order, low barrier of entry. There's not much to differentiate, which that's going to be another topic that we're going to be touching on. But this is some red flags that I can see. So there's that. Then we got the no touch door opener. Again, we got a lot of search. Average revenue is not that great for the amount of search volume. And so that's another red flag. We have face masks. Again, people are making an insane amount of money. And so people are like, oh, I want to sell this type of product, but just please avoid those products. And I promise it's going to save you a lot of headache and hassle down the road. So that is the first category, just pandemic products in general. I mean, hand sanitizer is restricted. Face masks are restricted as well. And a lot of people have been asking me about this. So my opinion, just avoid it overall. Okay. So that's the first category that we're going to be touching on. The next one, this is kind of interesting. It's YouTube video products. And what I mean by this we're going to break it down right here. So for example, Helium 10 did this thing where they launched 2 products, the coffin shelf and the egg holder. And what happens is everybody sees that and they're like, oh, they're doing so well, so I'm gonna go launch that same exact product. That's the silliest, and I hate to say it, the dumbest thing that you could do, okay? Don't look for handouts. Don't expect for somebody, some random video, take that idea and go launch it, okay? That's not smart to do, because there's 100 other people with that same idea, and then what happens is then it's just competing for price, and then it increases the PPC, and that's another topic with the pandemic products. You're selling a product that's $9, $10, and each PPC click is going to be $1 or $2, and there's your profit. And it's the same thing with these types of products. The more competition that comes in, it's just driving up the PPC clicks and the bids, and then it just creates that fierce competition, which we just want to avoid. So YouTube video products, so like I mentioned, the Helium 10 thing, YouTube ads. There's a ton of YouTube ads. You probably saw one on this video when you clicked on it. You probably saw people holding, like for example, a hurricane and saying, this product is doing $50,000 a month. You can find it for $1 and they're selling it for $20. Your profit margins are $19. This is an amazing product. You've probably seen those types of videos, and what's sad is people actually see those videos and they're like, oh, I'm gonna go launch that product. But avoid those products. Those products are trash. Okay, so those video ads, any video that is basically released to the public, those are products that you want to avoid, because a lot of people have that same idea. Oh, I'm gonna launch this because he said that it was good, or he said that it was so profitable, I'm gonna launch that. So that's one, the cheese board, the scratch off the world map. I've seen these ads for the past few years, and people always ask me to verify these types of products. Just avoid those. And then another thing is, like my YouTube videos, I use product examples of me like verifying a product or breaking down the data and whatnot using Helium 10 and all that. And people are like, oh, that's a really good product. And people go and launch it. And what happens is, as soon as I post it to the public, thousands of people are watching that. And if 100 people out of the 10,000 people that saw that video launch that same exact product, that's just not good. So basically, don't expect to watch a free YouTube video and get a product idea out of it, because more than likely there's hundreds of other people that are launching that same exact product. So don't fall into that trap. And here are just a few examples. The Foldable Stride talked about, and now that product is just crazy, crazy competitive. And it's not necessarily just because of me, but I do spark the idea of people, and then it starts getting more and more popular, and then other people get on, and then it just creates that ripple effect. Not saying that I started this to be this competitive, but I did talk about this. The competition was really, really low, and then it just keeps going through the roof. And again, it's a super cheap product. The pay-per-click on a competitive product like that, every click you pay is basically eating up your profit margin. So that's another one. We have the bow scrunchies. That's one that people are still launching from my videos. And I just want you guys to be aware that just because I post a video about it doesn't mean I'm saying to go launch that particular product. And it's the same thing with these Instagram ads, the YouTube ads, people talking about these products like, hey, this iPhone case made me $200,000. Just because it made them $200,000 doesn't mean it's gonna make you $200,000, and who knows if that's even true. So just be careful with where you get your information. And that's why I just preach and I tell people, look, you just need to learn how to do it yourself, learn the process. And once you learn the process, you can go out and find your own products, and you don't have to go out and try to find free YouTube videos or these ads and launch products from those types of videos. So that's just what I recommend, and that's what I have in my full A to Z Amazon Champion course, where I literally break down the entire process, and everything that I know about product research is in that video. And so you can literally learn exactly what I'm doing to find these types of products. So that would be what I recommend, and that is the next type of products to avoid. That category, YouTube video products. Again, Helium 10, the coffin shelf, the egg holder, don't go and expect to launch that and make a bunch of money. YouTube ads, my videos, just because I talk about it doesn't mean that you should go launch it. Now, not saying that it's not a good potential opportunity like the bow scrunchies. If I would have launched that back when I was talking about it, it would have been good, but it's all about the timing, and it's all about also how you can improve and differentiate that product, which is one of the most important things which we're going to talk about. So that's the next category. The next one that I want to talk about is seasonal products. This is something that a lot of people ask about, like for example, Halloween decorations or costumes. They see just a huge spike in demand and they're like, oh, if I could just get like 1,000 units and sell out, I could make a couple $1,000s doing that. And yes, you can do that, but there's a lot of risk. You're not guaranteed to sell out of those 1,000 units. And if you don't, then you're stuck with all of this inventory and you have a bunch of cash tied up. And then next year, who knows if that product will even sell. And so that is basically a concern for me is seasonal products, especially when the window, like Halloween, is literally like 30 days. You have a 30-day window to sell those types of products. And then after that, nobody's thinking about Halloween now that Halloween is over. So you just need to think about that. And the same thing with the 2021 calendars. The numbers may look good, but it's the same thing. It's trying to gauge the inventory. It's trying to figure out, is it going to be worth it? Am I going to be stuck with inventory? Because what's going to happen is, say you order 100 units and you sell out, you're like, oh, I should have ordered 5,000 or 500 or whatever. And there's always that regret type of thing. And I just try to stay away seasonal products. And it's the same thing with the pandemic products. I'm looking for products that are long-term, sustainable, that aren't just going to come and go. I want them to sell 12 months a year, 365 days a year, okay? So that is the next one, seasonal products. There are certain types of seasonal products, like for example, summer products that may sell super well during the summer. And then during the winter, they don't sell as good, but they still sell. Those are okay. I'm talking about very, very seasonal products like these calendars, 2021 calendars. That's dangerous as well because come 2022, no one's going to buy these calendars, where at least Halloween, you have the next Halloween to sell that product, okay? So those are just some things that I'm looking at. And the next one that I want to talk about is electronics. A lot of people have been asking me about batteries, just massage guns, LED strip lights, ring lights. I know that they're super, super common. They're trendy. With like TikTok going around, just avoid those products. They're very difficult to first get approved on, and then they're super competitive. And I know that you want to just make $1 million as quick as possible. And these products may look like they're going to do that for you, but that's not the way to do product research. And I hate to break it to you. So that is the next category. And this is the next category, which is the most important out of all of them. And I literally can't stress this enough. It is the most important thing when it comes to product research. I don't care what the competition is like. I don't care what the demand is. I don't care how new of a product it is. If you can't improve it or differentiate it, then don't waste your time launching that product. I'm gonna say that again. If you can't differentiate, don't launch the product. So many people, literally, I've probably gotten at least 500 messages in the last month of somebody asking me to look at this product, and their way to improve it is just by changing the packaging. Or, oh, I'm going to have better margins, so I'm going to sell it for $1 cheaper. That is not the answer. That's not going to work, and that is not the long-term game. So now I understand that I'm being super, super animated about this topic, but it's because I'm very passionate about this particular thing because I've seen so many people make that mistake. So please don't fall into that trap of thinking dropping the price, having a better margin, or lowering the price by a couple dollars or even $5 is going to solve your problems, or improving the packaging, because those two things are not going to make your product stand out for the long run, okay? So that is very important. I hope that I drilled that into your brain. Products you can't improve, don't launch, okay? So that is the next one. And if you guys are wondering, okay, well, how do I improve the product? I have a video breaking down 10 different ways to differentiate. Maybe I'll put the link down below, and if I don't, or if I forget, just search it on my YouTube videos and it's right there. You need to watch that video and take that message to heart. So that's the next thing. And the last thing that I want to talk about is just the other things that you guys are aware of. But for those that are new, you need to avoid hazmat products. You need to avoid gated categories, restricted products, and products that have patents on it. So I've launched products that are restricted, like a fidget spinner. I've launched patented products like the seatbelt gap filler. I've launched products in gated categories. I've launched hazmat products, which took me 6 months to get unrestricted from. Those are products that you just want to avoid overall. And you can search on Amazon on the little search bar and type in hazmat products or restricted products or gated categories, an entire list of different products will come up. So those are things that you need to avoid. And all of these things are so important. And I really hope that you guys take notes, screenshot this video, do whatever you need to do, but don't fall into the traps of launching any of these types of products. You need to understand how to do the research, look at the trends, look at the data, understand the competition, the demand. The only way to really do that is number one, getting the knowledge. And if you guys don't have the knowledge, I have tons of free videos. And also be careful with who you get that knowledge from. How dated or outdated is the information? Are you watching YouTube videos that are from 2016? If so, those videos are very outdated and those strategies aren't going to work now. So get up-to-date information. Or if you actually want to take this thing serious, then I have a full A to Z mentorship program taking you through the entire process. And I update that thing constantly. And I'm actually super excited because I'm updating it. It's going to be at the Amazon Champion 4.0, and that's coming very, very soon. So make sure to lock your price in right now. I look forward to having you in, and I hope that this video was super, super helpful, because if I would have watched this back when I first started, it would have saved me thousands of dollars, and that is my goal to you. So if you guys enjoyed, like the video, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. I just want to say thank you for all that you guys do for me, all the comments, all the messages. Literally, it makes me keep going. So I just want to say thank you, and we will see you in the next video.